they are going to be 2 or 3 minutes that they have to, if they
but
want
then
to put a
but
poem
like
together.
you say, just send one person back. Don't disrupt the entire
flow.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you just send one person back. Or what we could do is, because my thing is, although we won't have time at the end even to read the poems, to be honest. Or what we could do, so maybe send one person back from your team, come to the main room, read your poem to us, and we immediately say, oh, that was amazing, you're getting 10 extra warriors for that, and they can immediately give it to them in the back end. So okay, so let's do that then. I've kept the slide in here right at the end, so we can, when the messengers come back, then at least it's still here and we can tell them about it. So we really don't have a lot of time. So it's going to be about 10-minute briefing. Then 20 minutes is the first section. We send them all away to go and create their team name, come up with their battle shouts, and start strategizing. 10 minutes in, marshals then have to call their messengers to the main room. Messengers come to the main room. We share the link for the messengers only then, although we won't have time at the end kind of explain to them that they are going to just be submitting the actions, and this link is only for them, but they can screen share it with their team if they want to. And then we can tell them about the poem as well, and then they can go back to their team. So in those 20 minutes.
Once we send them off that first time, we won't see the rest of the team again. We'll see the messengers.
Exactly. Messengers come back. So they've got to get up to where they've chosen their heroes, basically. So then before Jay starts the game, we get them all back. We do the final few slides on the briefing about what is the 2 parts that it's broken up into. It's basically your battle brief where you submit your actions, and then it's your epic events report kind of that you get on what has taken place. Then after that, we send them away. And I've kind of, if they've got about 20-25 minutes for the first stage, 10 minutes for the first briefing, 10 minutes for the second briefing.
Sorry. Can you repeat that? Sorry.
I'll send it in a Word document as well, because I'm gonna make this our official 2-hour timeline for an activity.
Thanks.
But they will probably have about between 60 and 70 minutes to play, which is not that bad. And then we'll only have about 10 minutes to do the ending, which is also fine. I feel like more time to play, and we can just make a short, energetic ending and reveal the winning teams. And that's basically it. I can't remember, I was looking for it in the leader's guide. Sorry, I'll send it through as well, just so you guys understand. So the first 8 days is 3 minutes. After that, or the first 10 days is 3 minutes. After that, the days do become shorter, which helps. It's the same with peak performance. Because then by that time they should be in a better strategy. The prophet should be able to predict the sequence of the epic events better, and so on. I almost feel like this should have been the same as peak performance, where you go or somewhere on like day 12 you get to switch out your heroes, because by then you know a lot more and make more informed decisions and gain more benefit from it.
And I think that's what I mean when I say there's actually a lot that you can't influence.
In the beginning, if you don't know, if you can predict the epic events, then at least you can say, okay, we have to bribe on this day, we have to use this warrior on this day, or those kind of things. But I agree with you, there's not really
it's a lot of pot luck, like it's randomly
the original game you could choose your hero for the day. I mean, you would choose which heroes you would play for the day.
Every day,
you can't even influence that.
We're here. It's not. I do think it happens automatically though. If you've picked a certain hero, automatically those.
It does. So the epic events are influenced by which heroes you've got in your.
You've got.
That you can use. What was I going to say? Were you in my team the other day, Sabrina?
No,
we were in the
same
team. Oh, was it Annalene? Because you know what we did? Which was really, really clever, and I can't remember who suggested this, but we actually moved back and then forward again onto the same yellow thing that we knew we got a benefit from. And I know everyone thinks if you skip one, you're not going to finish, but we actually moved back and we scored a shitload of points that way.
But we gained
because we were behind, and after we did that, we jumped to the top.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm asking is because it specifically said in something that there's if you don't, like, you have to get to each of the spots in order to actually get there safely.
Yeah, I remember. Was it Jay? Was it Jay that said that, Brian? I think Jay, when you did the briefing with us, you said that you can't skip a day because there's 21 days only and there's 21 locations to get to the
well, there isn't. Sorry, if I'm just looking at the map now,
there's
I'm
not.
looking at D.
Yeah.
D goes to 14 and A goes to 15.
Okay, so that's
not. You've got 21 days. You can maybe once or twice go back.
And there's even the middle section. We didn't get there. If you're on a southern route, that middle section means you can cross over to the northern route if you want to finish on that side. You know.
Right. And then also we also had that one hero that skips 2 days.
Yeah, it travels twice as far.
Skips 2 spots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. So sorry. So
there is a bit of strategy to it.
No, there definitely is. I really enjoyed how we worked, and I can't remember who said it, but yeah, anyway.
I think again, it's like, for me, it's like peak performance. Every time I run peak performance with a group for the first time, they say to me, right, but now we want to do it again because now we get it. And I think this is going to be the same. It's like the first time. It's just
sorry guys, just give me 1 second. My cat's going crazy outside. I just want to check everything's okay.
And did you see poor Lady Gaga? Somebody literally got them back, but stole her dogs.
No,
there was somebody shot her dog walker and stole 2 of her dogs before the weekend. Yeah, she got them back though, but how terrible is that?
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, is your cat okay?
Yeah, she was literally like inside my bougainvillea pot plant thing. I don't know if she couldn't get out or whatever. You know. Yeah, she's out now. I just dragged out. Okay, so these go automatically. It reads the poem. So do you know what I was thinking? Maybe before you, I don't know what you're planning to say because I haven't read the script yet. But is there in the script? Is it before you start playing the poem? Is there an opening introduction of just what the activity is and what they're going to be doing today?
Yeah, there is. Hang on, it says. All right. So after the poem. So on slide 6, which has got the. Hang on, let me just see where you guys are at. Okay, so if you go down to, so after all this reads out,
yeah,
it ends up on the one with the little bullet points, and then it starts, it goes, you are a group of consultants, smartest and brightest from all over ancient Greece, and your mission is to advise Paris and Helen as they run from Sparta. It goes through the goal, how, and everything that you said there. It doesn't have a great, like it's pretty much reading out what's on the slide.
Yeah, because what I think is, remember even with Go Team, we said before that a lot of the times where participants get confused is that we immediately explain the theme of the activity and what they are doing in the activity, but we don't give them a technical background, saying, you know, for instance, with Go Team, we say, okay, so it's an app-based game you guys are going to play today. So you will need your laptop, you will need your phone. You're going to be submitting questions on a map. Explain a little bit more about that part of what they're going to be doing, not the story of the activity that they're going to be doing. So I was wondering if we should do the same here and say, hi guys, welcome to Heroes of Troy. Today you'll be a team of consultants, and in a minute you're going to hear about a love story between Paris and Hilton, and they have a mission to get to oh, what Helen but Paris Hilton, and just give a quick overview of, you know, you're going to be working in a team, you will have different roles, so make sure that, you know, you strategically give people in the team the right roles according to what the role is. So just a little bit more of a quick overview of how they'll be working together and what it is that they need to be focusing on. Lucas said we have to please say to them, and you can say this later on as well, before we maybe send them to the breakout rooms, but Lucas said it's really important for the lead to say to them, guys, you will be confused for the first few days.
Yeah.
This is just part of the process. Don't stress, don't, jump back to the main room and ask us questions. Just work through your confusion as a team. That's the process. It's process improvement, right? So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Team muscle communication.
Yeah, exactly. Muscle communication. Oh, and I'm assuming because the client made a big thing about the competencies that they're rolling out, you're going to be speaking about that. And
yeah, they've only got the 2 for this one and then more for the quick fire, but yeah.
Okay, so then this one's pretty straightforward. Then I've just added here, this is what your journey map will look like. There are 4 routes that you can take. And I think if we want to, by this stage, we can share the link. So Annalene, if you can have the link ready, but don't use the one you sent us in the email because that's just a pre-event one. It doesn't show you the map and then have instructions. There's another one.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But that link you get from the game once the game is made. That link was in the game.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
What Lucas showed us.
Yeah, but that's the I think that's the messenger. There's 2 links, right? There's the one that everyone gets here at this point, and then there's another one for the messenger. And we're only going to give that later on. So this is just the first link. Yeah. Yeah. Just explain there's 4 routes to your journey, so you can choose whichever route you're wanting to take today. And then I've just added this slide in just to say to them, if you've clicked on the top left instructions,
top right, was it?
Top right. Sorry, I keep saying left. Then actually I put the slide in so that we can say you will have multiple sources of information. You're going to have your map. We just give them the link. They click on instructions, they open instructions. And then I just put the slide in here just so you can say there is a lot of information in these instructions. It will give you all of your team role information. It will give you all the information on your precious stones, your warriors, your everything you need will be in this document. So read it, make sure you read it properly, work as a team and figure out your strategy according to all the information in this document, basically. And then further detail is, so once they've done that, on the journey, Paris and Hilton will start with, so all teams will start with 5 heroes, 90 warriors, and 9 precious stones. Your precious stones have got and again, they can refer back to the instructions, but the precious stones have got a higher value than 1 warrior. So that's a good thing to know. When they start the activity, every team will choose their 5 heroes. So these are all the heroes you're going to be able to choose from. Check your information guide when you get to that point because they all have different skills that will help you on the journey. Forming your strategy. So at this point, you can say to them, in a few minutes, we're going to send the teams, we're going to send all of you guys away for 20 to 25 minutes, and you're going to be forming your strategy as well as coming up, doing a few other things. So how are you going to create your team strategy? You're going to divide your team into the roles that you'll see in your instructions. Read your instructions and information, go through them, see what are the important details that will help you make good decisions as you move through your route. Select your 5 heroes and then decide which route you will take. I don't know at this point, or maybe at the next slide, if you want to just mention that one of the roles we will call back to the main room about 10 minutes into the 20 minutes. So then it's the next slide where here, Annalene will send them to their breakout rooms. What? So the marshals will just have to go and call them and just say, guys, can we get your messenger back to the main room? And they can do that themselves. Yeah, you just literally jump to your team and just say, guys, we need your messenger in the main room. And then the messengers go. So here we send them to the breakout rooms to create their team name, come up with a creative team name, create a 3 to 5 second battle shout. And then you can say here, we'll tell you about your battle shout a little bit later, but it's something you might need later on in the game. You have to assign your team roles and then work on your strategy. And then we send them away. There's music here. I wasn't sure if Or did I mute it? Oh no, I didn't mute it. I mean, if they don't leave fast, I guess we can play the music while they're leaving. But I didn't want to delete it. It is on here. Oh, I didn't share my system sound.
The battle shout. I'm just wondering if it needs, like, it could almost be fun to do a practice one, everyone in the room. Do you know what I mean? Like, just to get into the spirit. So just to say, oh, this is what we're looking for. If you think you can do it better, you know. Otherwise, what we're going to be doing is sort of briefing them separately in the rooms later on. I think it would be quite cool to do. It's kind of a fun way to get them in the mood before they go, and just to give them an example and expand on what it is for points.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can do that. So do you want to make one up, or?
Well, I mean, all of the literature says that it's just death to Achilles, but you've got to punch the air with your right arm, and everybody's got to be in sync, and it's got to be full of spirit.
Oh, we changed ours in the demo. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So are we going to say just the battle shout is death to Achilles? Are you sure?
Well, yeah, that's what it says in all the moderator notes and everything.
Oh, that's why we didn't get points that in, because we made our own.
But that's what we did in the demo with Catalyst. We made our own battle shout. We didn't shout death to Achilles. Anyway, but that's fine. Let's keep it that way, and then I can remove this.
But then what I can say to them is, you know, here is an example of a battle shout. If you think you can do it better for extra points, then knock yourself out. Or you know, we can leave it up to them. If they choose to take it up or not is up to them. But at least then we do something fun as a group together before we send them off.
Yeah. We do have, so we send them off here the first time, then they come back. So when they come back, we do the final parts, and then here is where they're going to have to do dress up as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
maybe we could do it then.
Yeah, because you'll give them 3 minutes. They have to go and find anything that represents a sword, a shield, or a helmet. And then before we send them off, then I think because they're wearing their gear, maybe it'll be fun to do it then while they're wearing their gear.
Yeah, okay.
And at least they've got 3 minutes to go and find something. At that point, I'm actually wondering if we all should do it. You know, the marshals as well. Anything in your home that you can use as a shield and a sword, just so we do it with them, and you know.
Yeah.
The nymphs.
The nymphs. Yeah. So then, shall I just take this away then? Because they don't have to create their own battle shouts.
I think so. I think I'll just talk it through and say there's extra points up for grabs. If you think you guys want to show off your own battle shout, give us a yell, we'll come. And if we are impressed, if you can impress the gods, or you know, whatever, then you'll get some extra points. Yeah,
because it's in the it is in the instructions, so at least they can read it there.
Yeah, then it'll make sense.
And then this actually, it gives them more time to work on their strategy here, because we don't. Oh no, I'll save later. Because I feel like 20-25 minutes is not that long.
No.
Who's phoning me? Sorry. Honestly. Sorry, just give me a second. Someone's phoning me on Teams. And I can't see who it is. It's not showing up anywhere. I don't know what's going on with Teams. Anyway, can you guys hear it or not?
Yeah.
Oh, you see hear it. And I can't see who's phoning me. Oh well, anyway. Let's just try to ignore it. Oh my word. Can you guys still see the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's where we are going to then send them away. They're going to come up with a creative team name, assign their roles, and work on their strategy. 10 minutes in, marshals will go around and ask all the messengers to go back to the main room. When the messengers are then in the main room, shall I pop this here? So when they come back, then this is where you'll talk to them about hide slide. I'm going to take the animation off of this though, okay? Because you're going to want to be talking to them.
Yeah.
So I'll delete the animation. So 10 minutes in, messengers can come back. We can then share the link with the messengers and just explain that this is where they are going to be submitting all of their actions. They can screen share if they want. It helps. I think it's just better to say that to them because they don't have a lot of time today and they're a junior crowd. And then the final thing is win back Helen's heart, write her a love letter. Sword, hero, night, passion, candle. No idea.
Words to inspire.
Words to inspire. Yeah.
Can I make one suggestion? The slide just up before this one.
Yes.
I'm really conscious again of the layers of confusion in this game. I feel like creating a creative team name is the least of their priorities. Not that I don't want them to do it, but I'd almost rather have it like, okay, so the really important things you're going to do now is go through the team roles, assign your roles, work on your strategy, and if you've got time, come up with a creative team name or something in a different order. Because my concern is they get all caught up in brainstorming team names, and then they don't actually do the stuff that's really important, and
focus
then they're
on
on the back foot from a strategy perspective.
Okay, so I can move it to the last.
Can you just put it last, just so that when I'm talking, I can really say, okay, here are the really important things you need to do. If you get time, think about a team name. We'd love to see some creativity, but the really important thing to do is go through your team roles first.
Yeah, assign your team roles. Yeah, and work on your strategy. Absolutely. Yeah. And okay, yeah, that's fine. I just wanted us to mention it because I'm just scared if we don't say anything about creating a creative team name, I don't want them to just put in team 2 or team 3. I feel like for them,
I know, but I'd still rather, if we were going to offset something, I would rather that they put in team 1 than start the game not knowing their roles.
Yeah.
So if we, you know what I mean? Like if they're going to spend their time, if they're going to miss out on something, I would rather it was something that didn't impact their experience. Of the game.
So maybe just mention it lightly and then focus more on the team role strategy being very important. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and we can always mention it to the messenger as well when they come back and they get the link. We can say to them, listen, because you're only going to have a handful of people with you, like 6 or 7 people. So you can literally say to them, try and put in a really like a good team name, but we do not want you guys to spend time on that. You'll focus on strategy and team roles.
But by the time the messengers come back to us, they will already have had the chance to read their roles, which means that part will be covered. So that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right, cool. So they'll all go away. 10 minutes in, messenger comes back. And then, so do you know the story behind this? So the story behind this is that Helen have become a little bit disheartened and scared halfway through their journey. So Paris, they've got to help Paris to write her a love letter to convince her to finish the journey and go to Troy with him.
Okay.
So that is the story.
Okay. Okay.
I love this whole love and war. I just love it. It's so much fun.
All right, cool.
Team. All right. So then then messages go, we give them the time that they need. So usually there's a break in between after day 8. There's a break where you bring everyone back, check that they're okay, So it's almost like the practice round. And then they go back. But even Lucas said we don't have the time to do that. So we just keep them in the rooms. Yeah. They finish, the marshals, keep going around, making sure they're okay. And then because we don't have a break is why I think it's important that we try and get the YouTube link working, at least the sound. So you can talk to them with the epic events and give them the update.
Show me the slide at where we call the messengers back. So in that 20 minutes, so it says 20 minutes, the next slide up. And 10 minutes into that 20 minutes, we will have the messengers come back to us. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So we can stay on this slide until the messengers come back, and then you can all have this open when they're back. Okay. And then just explain the 2 things to them. Their link, where they will be submitting all of their actions, and tell them about the poem at any time that they want to create this poem for extra points. My only thing is we just need to be careful how we're going to do this. So we're going to tell them that at any time they can create their poem. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. Send one person back to the main room and say, guys, we've got our love letter to Helen. We would like to read to you. This person reads it to us, and we decide how many extra warriors we want to give them.
I'm just curious, why are we focusing on the messenger for this? Because that was one of the things I was thinking before, is saying, hey, sometimes there'll be moments in the game where you've got a little bit of time. Your team could use those, once your strategy is sorted for the next day, you could start thinking about a poem.
Yeah, well, I just thought it would be easier to say to the messenger, because you're going to have a smaller group. So it doesn't have to be the messenger that does it. We're just telling the messenger that at any point, because I was scared after all the other slides, the teams, I don't know, you know how they listen. They never listen properly. Yeah. But we could always add it at the end of your briefing here and say it to everyone. So that's up to us. But so after the 20-25 minutes, Annalene, I would set it for 30 minutes, your breakout rooms, just so we have a bit of extra time if we feel we need it. But so after 20 minutes. But
you're going to send me this in a Word document, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
After the 20-25 minutes, we've got a welcome back slide with some really good music, and it's just playing automatically. So as people come back, then this is the final briefing part. So after they now know they've got a form of strategy, they've seen the map, they've read through all the information, we explain actually starting the game or what they're going to have to do. There's 2 parts to every day. So you'll have 21 days. Part 1 is the daily battle brief. And you've got to decide, are you going to move to your next position? Are you going to sell or not sell any stones or any warriors? There are certain spots, as they will now have seen in their instructions, where you can change or use your heroes. You can bribe the priest or the tavern owners. And then there's a little thing on the side here that just says mind the time. So it is, every day is timed. So just keep an eye on the time as you move through each day. And this is the view that you will have. So your messenger would have now already received the link. They're waiting to start the game at this point. Once the game starts, the messenger's daily battle brief will open, and this is what the messenger will see. So here you can see you can use your warrior on certain days if you want. This is where you move to your fields. You can sell precious stones or warriors here, and then at any point, and maybe here you can mention the battle shout. At any point you can come, you can call your marshal to sing your battle shout for additional warriors.
Now, I remember the other day when we did this, Jay wasn't able to start the game until all teams had chosen their warriors. So I might make a point here as well to say, please make that the first thing that you do once you've entered in.
Yeah, they have to choose their 5 heroes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Heroes,
yeah. And then just important here, this is where you submit your actions. Okay, just like we have to explain to them in Go Team, click on submit actions. This is where you submit your actions. So that's part 1. Part 2 is your daily epic events report, and it's at the end of each day you will get your epic event report, and it will tell you what happened on those specific locations. If you weren't on any, or if you were on a white part, as they would have seen in the instructions, nothing happens if you're on the white spots. Jay, can you remember, what do we call these white spots? That should be on the map here.
It's path.
It's the path.
Is it just path? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not an actual location, it's just a part of your path. Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to be very honest. I still don't understand this. I know it's on that sheet that you've got, Jay. Can you just explain exactly these? Because I feel like we need to
those are the 2 different wars.
Yeah.
Doreen, those are the 2 different wars.
Yeah, but what does the dice mean? What does it mean, dice 6? That's what I want to know.
I think when you land onto it, there's an automatic dice that goes in the background, and the number of people that actually die or the number of warriors that you lose depend on the dice that the dice falls on.
Did you guys have this in the face-to-face as well? So maybe I can refer. I'll check the leaders guide. If it's not in there and if it was in the face-to-face one, maybe I can go and look there. I just wanted to know so that if they ask us, we can give them a good explanation and not sound confident ourselves. That's the only thing.
Again,
it's
to me,
definitely on the it's on the
in the instructions.
In the instructions, yeah.
On the moderator.
Sorry, Darren, as you're talking here, I'm also going through the moderator's notes. I know those are for Sabrina, but it might also be good for the nymphs to have it so that they know on day 5 this is going to happen. So when they talk to the people, they know what's going on as well.
Okay, that's a good point. I'll send that through with the timeline then to you guys on email. Okay.
Yeah,
Because Tanya and Claire as well.
I found that the dice situation, because when we played the other day, we landed on one of those just before we finished up. But again, it was totally out of our hands. It was just one of those things.
No, the dice roll is automatic.
Yeah, it's automatic. Yeah. I wonder if there's a way that you can avoid it. Anyway. Well, oh no, you can't because it's
it's definitely one of them.
Okay, so anyway, so this is your daily epic events report. Or what we could do maybe send one.
It's very important, Darren, that they know if they're going to land on that dice,